Before you even say a word, men already know something about you by the way you walk. Your body is speaking louder than your voice, revealing your confidence, your energy, even your sensuality. The truth is, attraction doesn't start with looks or words. It starts with movement, and the way you move tells the world exactly who you are even when you're silent. Your walk communicates your inner energy in ways most people never realize. Long before you open your mouth, the way you move tells the world exactly how you feel about yourself. Every step, every shift in posture, every glance of your shoulders carries an invisible message about your confidence, your presence, and your emotional state. It's the first language people notice, even if they can't describe it. Think about the last time someone entered a room and immediately commanded attention without trying. They weren't necessarily the most attractive or best dressed person there, but something about the way they moved made them magnetic. That's inner energy being expressed through the body. When your inner world is aligned, when you feel grounded, certain, and present, your body naturally reflects it. Your walk slows down slightly, your head lifts, your shoulders settle back, and your chest opens just enough to signal comfort. There's no need to overdo it, no forced power stance, no exaggerated movement. It's subtle but powerful. People feel that stability before they even realize what draws them in. You project quiet confidence, a kind of energy that says, I belong here. I don't need to chase approval. That's what makes your walk such a strong communicator of inner energy. It doesn't shout, it radiates. On the other hand, when you're anxious, doubtful, or disconnected from yourself, your body can't hide it. Your steps become quicker, your eyes dart around, your shoulders roll forward, and your pace tells everyone you're trying to get somewhere, anywhere, just not here. That kind of movement communicates a lack of ease. People may not consciously register it, but subconsciously they feel tension around you. It's the body's way of signaling internal imbalance, and that's why you can't fake genuine presence. You can copy someone's posture or mimic their stride, but if your inner state doesn't match, the body always betrays the truth. When you begin to walk with awareness, everything changes. You start moving with intention instead of habit. You become aware of the ground under your feet, the rhythm of your breath, and the quiet power that comes from taking your time. That energy doesn't come from arrogance, it comes from ownership. You're no longer walking to prove something. You're walking because you know who you are. That awareness makes people feel drawn to you in a way that words never could. Your walk becomes a moving reflection of your inner world. If you carry joy, confidence, or peace inside, people can feel it even before you speak. It's not about perfection or style, it's about connection between your mind and body. The most magnetic people aren't trying to walk perfectly, they're simply aligned with themselves. When your walk matches your energy, you move differently. You move with life, not away from it, and in that subtle rhythm, your true self becomes visible step by step, moment by moment. Sexual energy is quiet confidence, not performance. It's the energy that comes from being deeply comfortable in your own skin, not from trying to be seen, noticed, or validated. True sexual energy doesn't shout, it doesn't need to prove, and it doesn't rely on attention. It's the kind of presence that makes people feel drawn to you without understanding why. There's no need for exaggerated gestures, loud behavior, or forced seduction, because authentic magnetism lives in stillness, not spectacle. It's born from self-acceptance, from knowing your value without needing to advertise it. When someone carries this quiet confidence, their energy feels different. It's calm yet powerful. They don't chase the spotlight, but somehow the spotlight finds them. They move, speak, and even pause with a natural ease that suggests they're in control of themselves. That's what makes them so attractive, not what they're doing, but how they are. They exude a sense of peace that says, I don't need to impress you, I'm simply being me. This energy doesn't depend on external reactions. It comes from the inside, from a deep understanding that worthiness doesn't need to be proven. In contrast, performance-based energy often comes from insecurity. It's an attempt to earn validation through appearance or behavior, dressing, speaking, or acting in ways meant to provoke attention rather than connection. But that kind of energy feels temporary and hollow. It might catch eyes, but it doesn't hold hearts. People sense the difference between someone who is confident and someone who is performing confidence. One is rooted in authenticity, the other in fear of not being enough. Quiet confidence, however, doesn't demand applause. It simply invites respect. Sexual energy isn't about trying to appear desirable. It's about embodying desire for life, for yourself, for presence. It's the subtle spark that says you enjoy being in your body, that you're at peace with who you are, and that you don't need anyone's approval to feel alive. That's why it's so magnetic. When you're comfortable with yourself, your energy becomes open but not needy, warm but not overexposed. You give people permission to relax around you because your confidence isn't threatening, it's reassuring. It signals maturity, depth, and self-control. This quiet confidence also shows up in how you respond to others. Instead of overreacting or constantly seeking attention, you listen, you observe, and you choose your responses deliberately. You don't chase, you attract. You don't compete, you connect. You radiate assurance through presence, not performance. And that's what makes true sexual energy so powerful it's unforced. It's not about trying to be sexy, it's about being secure. When you no longer need to perform for attention, your energy speaks louder than any act ever could. The quiet confidence that flows from that self-assurance is what truly draws people in, and it lingers long after you've left the room. Men subconsciously read body language, often more than they realize. Long before words are spoken, their brains are picking up on subtle signals, the tilt of your head, the pace of your movements, the way you hold your posture, and even the rhythm of your breath. These small cues communicate volumes about your mood, confidence, and openness. Most men aren't consciously analyzing every move, but their intuition is always active. They instinctively sense when someone feels relaxed, confident, nervous, or disinterested. Body language is like a quiet broadcast, and men are tuned into it even if they couldn't explain what they're noticing. When a woman walks or carries herself with self-assurance, men sense it immediately. It's not necessarily about beauty or appearance. It's the vibe she gives off. A confident woman moves with intention. She takes her time. Her eyes meet the world without fear, and her gestures are calm and natural. This tells a man that she knows her worth, that she's not seeking validation but living from it. It's deeply attractive because it reflects emotional stability and self-possession. Men may not put it into words, but they feel drawn toward that kind of energy because it signals both strength and comfort. On the other hand, body language that feels tense or guarded sends an entirely different message. Crossed arms, fidgeting, avoiding eye contact, or rushing movement can subconsciously suggest discomfort, insecurity, or even disinterest. It doesn't mean a person is unkind or cold, but it communicates emotional distance. Men pick up on this energy quickly. It tells them that connection might not be welcome. Just as calmness and openness invite approach, tension and hesitation create invisible walls. What's fascinating is that this exchange happens without a single conscious thought. Humans are wired to interpret nonverbal cues, and men in particular often rely on them because they provide emotional context that words can't. Body language also reveals authenticity. When your movements match your words, when your smile is genuine, your eyes stay present, and your gestures flow naturally, it builds trust. But when your body says one thing and your mouth says another, people instinctively pull back. Men may not know why, but they'll sense that something feels off. That's why authenticity is so magnetic. It aligns your inner world with your outer expression. You don't have to perform or exaggerate anything. Your natural gestures become your power. Every gesture, every posture carries emotional information. Whether you lean in, maintain eye contact, or stand tall, these signals speak louder than the best rehearsed words. Men notice when your presence feels relaxed and real. They notice when your smile is effortless, when your walk has rhythm, when your energy feels calm but alive. All of that is body language, and it's being read constantly. You don't have to try harder to be noticed. You just have to be aware of what you're already communicating. Because the truth is, men don't just listen with their ears, they listen with their eyes. and what you show them often speaks long before you do. Rushed or close, doff movement repels attraction because it sends signals of tension, discomfort, and insecurity. When someone moves too quickly, fidgets constantly, or avoids stillness, it gives the impression that they're not fully present in their body. Attraction, at its core, thrives on presence, the ability to be calm, grounded, and emotionally available in the moment. When your movements feel rushed, your energy communicates anxiety rather than confidence. People may not consciously analyze it, but they sense it immediately. A hurried pace, tight shoulders, or eyes that dart around the room tell others that you're trying to escape the moment rather than inhabit it. That makes connection harder, because true attraction requires emotional space and speed leaves no space for connection. Close. Doff body language has a similar effect. When your arms are folded tightly, your head lowered, or your body turned away, it creates an invisible barrier between you and everyone else. Even if you're simply tired or shy, those signals read as disinterest or resistance. People, especially men, pick up on that energy and instinctively hold back. Attraction isn't only about looks or words, it's about openness. When your body is closed, your energy feels unavailable. Others might sense that approaching you would be unwelcome or uncomfortable, and they subconsciously withdraw. In contrast, open and unhurried movement communicates ease, trust, and confidence. When you walk or gesture slowly, you signal that you're comfortable where you are. When your arms are relaxed and your eyes meet the world without fear, you appear approachable. People are drawn to that sense of calm because it feels emotionally safe. It says you're in control of yourself, that you're not trying to escape or prove anything. This is why the most attractive people often move with deliberate simplicity. They don't rush, and they don't hide. Their bodies match the energy of self-assurance. When movement becomes rushed, it often stems from an internal feeling of unworthiness or nervousness. You might be worried about being judged, so you try to move through situations quickly to avoid attention. Ironically, that very speed makes you stand out, but not in the way you'd want. It gives off an energy of unease that others instinctively sense. Slowing down isn't about acting seductive, it's about owning your presence. When you allow yourself to move at your own pace, breathe deeply, and occupy space comfortably, you project confidence without saying a word. Attraction is an exchange of energy, and rushed or close, doff movement interrupts that flow. It creates static where there could be rhythm. People feel that imbalance and often pull back, even if they don't understand why. Your body language tells a story long before your voice does. When you move with ease and openness, you invite curiosity and connection. But when you rush or close off, you signal that you're emotionally unavailable. The body never lies, and its messages shape every first impression. Slowing down, relaxing your posture, and allowing yourself to be seen are small shifts that completely transform how others experience your energy. Purposeful, grounded movement creates emotional gravity because it communicates a deep sense of presence and inner strength. When you move with intention, not rushed, not distracted, but aware, people feel it. There's something magnetic about someone who carries themselves as if every step has meaning. They don't wander through a room looking for validation. They move through it as if they already belong there. This kind of presence draws attention effortlessly, not through showmanship, but through authenticity. It's the kind of energy that makes people pause and take notice, not because you demanded it, but because your steadiness makes them feel something. When your movements are grounded, it shows that you're in control of yourself. Your energy isn't scattered, and your emotions aren't racing ahead of your body. You walk, sit, gesture, and even breathe with a natural rhythm that feels calm and confident. That steadiness creates trust. It tells others that you're emotionally stable and comfortable with who you are. People naturally gravitate toward that because grounded individuals make others feel safe and anchored. In a world full of frantic energy, calmness becomes irresistible. It's rare, and it communicates quiet power. Purposeful movement also shows self-awareness. You're not fidgeting or overcompensating, you're intentional. Every action, from the way you turn your head to the way you take a seat, carries a sense of control and ease. This doesn't mean being rigid or overly calculated. True grounding is relaxed, not forced. It's the ability to be fully present in your body without the need to perform. That presence allows you to connect deeply with your surroundings and with others. It's the difference between moving through life unconsciously and moving through it with confidence and direction. Emotional gravity comes from this kind of awareness. People who move with purpose seem to slow down the space around them. Their calmness changes the energy in a room. When they speak, others listen. When they pause, others lean in. This is because their movements reflect a balance between strength and serenity. They don't rush to fill silence or fidget through stillness. They're comfortable in the pause. That level of self-possession communicates maturity, which naturally attracts attention and respect. When your body language aligns with your emotions, your presence becomes coherent and powerful. You don't need exaggerated gestures or loud words to be noticed. Your stillness becomes your statement. People are drawn to those who seem grounded because that energy feels rare and dependable. It creates a kind of emotional gravity that pulls others in not forcefully, but naturally. Purposeful movement tells the world that you know where you're going, that you trust yourself, and that you're not in a rush to prove it. That's the kind of energy that can fill a room without ever raising a voice, because true attraction doesn't come from effort. It comes from presence. And presence is born in the way you move slow, steady, and full of quiet certainty. Your walk is an invitation, not a broadcast. It's not about demanding attention or forcing people to notice you. It's about allowing your presence to speak naturally. When you walk, the energy you carry either welcomes connection or pushes it away. A broadcast shouts, "Look at me," but an invitation whispers, "You're welcome to see me." The difference lies in intention. When you move with a need to impress, your body often becomes tense, exaggerated, or disconnected from your true self. But when you walk from a place of ease, self-respect, and quiet confidence, people can feel it. It's not about performance, it's about presence. The most magnetic individuals don't try to capture attention, they create space for curiosity. An inviting walk comes from being relaxed in your body. Your pace is steady, your posture open, and your movements natural. You're not rushing, but you're not dragging either. You're simply in sync with yourself. This kind of movement signals emotional openness. It tells the world that you're comfortable being seen, but you don't depend on it. That balance is what draws people in. They sense that your confidence isn't built on approval, but on authenticity. When someone walks like that, it's hard not to notice. The energy feels grounded yet approachable, like an open door rather than a locked gate. In contrast, when your walk becomes a broadcast, it loses authenticity. Exaggerated gestures, forced posture, or too much attention on how you look while walking can make your energy feel artificial. It becomes about image instead of essence. Broadcasting energy feels loud and restless. It demands instead of invites. People might notice it for a moment, but they rarely feel connected to it. It's attraction built on performance, and performance always fades. An inviting walk, however, builds a deeper kind of magnetism. It gives others permission to approach without feeling overwhelmed. Your walk also reflects how you feel about yourself internally. When you feel centered and peaceful, your body moves with flow. When you're self-conscious, your steps may become stiff or hurried. The body always reveals the truth. Walking with invitation means you're at ease with both attention and solitude. You're not trying to control how others perceive you, you're simply expressing how you feel inside. That kind of self-possession radiates calm confidence, the kind that feels both strong and soft at the same time. It's not seduction through effort, but through authenticity. Every time you walk, you're communicating something, even in silence. The rhythm of your steps, the position of your shoulders, the steadiness of your gaze, they all speak for you. When your energy says, "I'm here and I'm open to the world," people feel drawn to that presence. They sense safety and intrigue all at once. That's the power of an inviting walk. It's not about shouting your worth to the world. It's about embodying it so deeply that the world can't help but notice.